Throughout the annals of human history, whispers of the extraordinary, the inexplicable, and the mythic have echoed in the hearts and minds of many. Among the myriad tales that have shaped our understanding, one narrative remains shrouded in sacred texts, obscure scrolls, and forgotten rituals: the story of the 7 chosen men. These individuals do not stand apart from the masses through fame, fortune, or brute strength. Instead, they are marked by 7 hidden signs, subtle indicators that elude the untrained eye. These marks are often overlooked, even by those who carry them, for they encompass not merely physical manifestations, but a confluence of fate, spirit, lineage, and a force that predates any known religion or ideology. The query lingers: why only 7? Why these specific 7? And what does it signify that they bear marks so secretive that even they often remain unaware of their full implications? To unravel this enigma, one must step beyond contemporary notions of identity and ability. These men were not selected for their strength, wealth, or intellect, although many possessed a blend of these traits. They did not emerge from royal lines, nor were they necessarily born into poverty. Instead, they came forth from disparate corners of the earth: wind-swept deserts, dense forests, ancient cities, and isolated villages, unfamiliar with one another, yet intrinsically linked by a primordial force that transcends the limitations of language. The marks they bear are not tokens of status. They are seals of responsibility, indelibly etched into their existence by forces that are neither wholly benevolent nor malevolent. These forces operate according to laws long forgotten by the collective consciousness. The first mark is that of vision, not merely a matter of sight, but a profound inner perception. This does not align with the popularized notions of clairvoyance found in entertainment or mysticism, but rather reflects a deep ability to discern the unseen threads of consequence. The bearer of this mark perceives not just events, but the intricate patterns underlying them, often long before others detect their existence. He may appear taciturn in meetings, withdrawn in gatherings, yet when he speaks, he possesses the power to shift entire tides. His understanding is not bound by explanation or evidence, but this depth of knowing often isolates him, for it is a heavy burden to foresee potential calamities when others are blind to them. The first chosen man was not selected for his desire for foresight, but for his capacity to endure its associated loneliness without bitterness. The second mark is that of sacrifice. This mark does not shine or dazzle. It is the wound that never fully heals, a silent choice often mistaken for failure by the world at large. The bearer of this mark has forfeited something so profound that even he may hesitate to name it: a love, a destiny, a future sacrificed not for glory, but for the preservation of others. His life exemplifies the difficult truth that some must endure suffering so that others may be spared. And while countless individuals make sacrifices, few can endure the profound silence of this one. The second chosen man embodies sorrow, bearing burdens without seeking acknowledgement for the emptiness he carries. The third mark is that of memory, not merely a function of recollection, but a profound inheritance of ancestral and universal memory. The man marked by this carries the stories, languages, and knowledge that he has not formally learned. He experiences moments that belong to him as surely as they do to those long gone, sometimes through dreams or visions. He acts as a living archive. When others seek guidance, he speaks in the words of ages past, articulating songs without a composer. echoing thoughts whose origins remain elusive. The weight of this mark often engenders confusion as he grapples with the duality of existence, oscillating between being himself and channeling the voices of those who came before. The third chosen man walks with one foot in the past and the other in the present, perpetually remembering and forgetting. The fourth mark is characterized by silence. Unlike the third, this man does not embody memory, but rather a vast emptiness, a space where words cease to exist, where noise recedes, and where nothing can remain concealed. His quietude is not born of timidity. Instead, he listens intently to what others fail to hear. The stillness between breaths, the pause before deception, the tremor prior to a crucial decision. People confide in him, often without understanding why. Secrets spill forth in his presence like water from a ruptured vessel. He casts no judgment. He absorbs all. His silence is not indicative of absence, but becomes a crucible that burns through illusions without the need for words. The fourth chosen man is both feared by the corrupt and sought after by the lost, not for what he says, but for what he comprehends in the quiet. The fifth mark is imbued with the essence of fire, not in the literal sense of flame, but rather transformative power. This man is never static. He embodies death and rebirth. Wherever he travels, systems fracture, relationships evolve, and institutions either disintegrate or transform. He does not foster peace. He compels movement. Change follows him as a shadow. He is both adored and reviled, rarely understood. People may perceive him as a catalyst, but often overlook the pain he bears in becoming one. For every rebirth he initiates in the external world, he endures a corresponding internal burn. The fifth chosen man often lives multiple lives within a single span, reinventing himself not out of vanity, but from necessity. His existence ensures evolution, paying a steep price for it. The sixth mark is that of the bridge, a connection between worlds, people, the seen, and the unseen. This man defies singular cultural or ideological identification. Instead, he is a nexus of wherever and whenever. He can enter disparate rooms, transforming enemies into allies with ease. In moments when words fail, he translates emotions, conveying understanding where there is division. He may appear outwardly unremarkable, yet his power lies in his ability to dissolve the borders between cultures, genders, and realms. His existence often leads to feelings of personal disconnection, as he belongs neither fully to one tribe nor another. He is frequently misjudged as indecisive, but in truth, he serves as the axis where opposing forces meet. The sixth chosen man does not advocate for himself. Rather, he speaks to foster understanding among others. Lastly, the seventh mark, perhaps the most elusive, is that of the mirror. This man reflects others with such clarity that they swing to extremes of love or loathing, rarely falling in between. In his presence, individuals encounter their truth, flaws, and forgotten dreams. He facilitates transformation not through direct action, but through the simple act of being. Leaders are inspired by him, while tyrants see him as a threat. His very essence spurs change merely through his existence. Yet the cost of bearing this mark is immense. He risks losing sight of himself while becoming a mirror for others. He must fight to maintain a private identity while holding up a reflection for the world to see. Why then are there only 7? The answer rests not in exclusion, but in balance. Each mark corresponds not merely to a trait, but to an elemental force, an archetypal function essential to the spiritual architecture of existence. Exceeding 7 would disrupt this delicate symmetry, while reducing the number would leave certain aspects of our world vulnerable and unprotected. The chosen are not superior beings. They are vital nodes within a hidden structure that preserves energetic equilibrium. The world tilts when one mark is lost or dormant, yet when all are active and aligned, civilizations subtly shift toward illumination. The selection of the chosen is not made by councils or divine entities as we might understand them. It arises from an intersection of readiness, resonance, and resistance. A man is chosen because he unwittingly harmonizes with a primal frequency, older than time itself, an energy that tirelessly seeks vessels for expression. Many reject it unaware, while a few accept it without questioning. Once chosen, they can never be unchosen. They may resist, flee, or even forget, but the mark will invariably resurface within the very fabric of their being. It manifests in their patterns of love, loss, speech, and dreams, felt by those around them even when unseen. The lives of these men are often arduous. They do not receive worship, though they frequently garner followers. They are not immortal, despite their influence often outliving their physical forms. They may never meet each other, yet they occasionally feel the gravitational pull of their shared existence across time and distance. In rare moments, they gather, not to conspire or lead, but rather to recalibrate the hidden mechanisms of balance. Such gatherings are seldom known, rarely documented, and invariably herald global shifts shortly thereafter. Some believe that each generation sees the emergence of new bearers of these marks, while others contend that the original 7 persist through time, reincarnated or reawakened. There are those who even assert that they are not men in the traditional sense, but rather consciousness taking on ephemeral forms. Regardless of the truth, their story lives on, held sacred in quiet corners of civilization, shared among monks in mountain sanctuaries, tribal shamans, and esoteric societies hidden within cityscapes. It is passed on not as absolute fact, but as a sacred possibility, waiting to resurface in times of chaos. In moments of societal upheaval, as ancient systems crumble and truths become fluid, the resonance of the 7 chosen can no longer be ignored. The quest for meaning intensifies, and people begin to seek out these archetypes among artists, warriors, poets, prophets, outcasts, and mystics. A sense arises that some profound force walks among them once more, awakening within this tumultuous time. Perhaps the 7 are already amongst us, slowly stirring from their slumber. Perhaps one of them is nearer than we assume, not in the spotlight, but hidden in the shadows, not issuing proclamations of power, but quietly shouldering the burdens of their hidden marks. Their significance will never be fully articulated. It can only be felt, as each mark embodies a unique archetypal role critical for maintaining balance in both the spiritual and terrestrial realms. These 7 marks do not delineate power or privilege. Instead, they reflect ancient roles essential for existence. Roles such as the visionary, the sacrificer, the memory keeper, the silent absorber, the transformer, the bridge builder, and the mirror. Each mark corresponds to a deep existential or energetic function, living forces manifesting through chosen individuals in subtle, often unrecognized ways. These archetypal roles were not human constructs. Rather, they were discovered through centuries of observation, spiritual insight, and mystical tradition. They transcend cultural and religious boundaries, emerging in various forms across civilizations through time. From ancient myths to contemporary tales, due to their reflection of universal truths, the patterns deeply embedded within the soul of our shared world. The visionary, marked by inner perception, looks beyond superficial appearances, grasping the fundamental truths hidden amidst chaos, recognizing connections others miss. His intuition, rather than mere analytical reasoning, tunes into frequencies that remain unnoticed by the majority. He may seem peculiar or detached, observing the world from a vantage point apart, yet he embodies the witness, guiding society from the perils of disillusionment and confusion. The sacrificer carries an unimaginable burden, marked by pain endured for others' sake. His is a quiet, invisible dedication, lending stability through personal loss or sacrifice. His role is not to receive glory, but to uphold hope in the silences of existence. As a living archive, the memory keeper holds vast wisdom, inherited through lineage and experience. His gift is to carry forward the voices of those who cannot speak. He stands as an anchor amid the currents of forgetfulness, reminding society of its roots and histories. The silent absorber does not speak truths, but embodies them. His stillness offers a sanctuary for others to encounter their authentic selves, absorbing their emotions, yet finding himself burdened by his solitude. The transformer, defined by the mark of fire, insists upon movement and change. He inspires growth and evolution, challenging stagnation with a persistently evolving essence, navigating through life's trials and triumphs. The bridge builder, gifted with connection, creates understanding in a fractured world. His presence nurtures peace across cultures and ideologies, facilitating communication where barriers exist. Finally, the mirror reflects back to others their own truths. His existence serves as a challenge, urging individuals to face their hidden fears and aspirations, igniting transformation within them by simply being. Thus, the seven chosen embrace unique and indispensable roles, not as titles of power, but as manifestations of deep-seated archetypal functions vital for upholding the balance of our world. The narrative of the seven chosen men stands as a testament to the enduring quest for meaning and connection amid the chaos of existence, a story that continues to resonate as humanity seeks to rediscover its own sacred potential in times of upheaval. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.